why do we put clean organic matter into our compost piles? I'll explain that. Number two, I'm going to explain that it's a myth. When you hear people talk about no-till, they're going to tell you that you should never disturb your soil. That's an absolute 100% myth. It's not true. I'll explain that as well too. 12 hours. This pile was 60 degrees 12 hours ago. I just hit 112 degrees 12 hours later. You want an active compost pile, it's pretty easy to make it. When you get down in the 20s, man, it really is hard to get this stuff to become active. Good morning. It's an absolutely gorgeous morning out here. So today, you're gonna have to stick with me. Here's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna talk about soil health. We're going to talk about stuff you need to be thinking about in your gardens. If you have flower or vegetable gardens, I'm going to focus on the vegetable gardens. I'm going to give you some updates for this year, for 2026, the season coming up. I've got a bunch of stuff going on. There's like 25 videos I need to make, and I don't know how the heck I'm going to get them all done. But yeah, so stick with me, and I'll try and break this down real quick. So let me go over some of the updates. First of all, if you came over here from Peter's channel, welcome to the channel. If you guys don't know about it, Peter Santinello, who's one of my favorite YouTubers, I love watching his stuff. He actually came by here and did a video on the property and a lot of these sort of off-grid stuff that we're doing up here. So go over to Peter's channel and watch that. It's a full video. It's like 50 minutes long. That was a fun visit. We got a lot of lawn stuff going on here, and I just wanted to give sort of a quick suggestion for you guys. If you haven't bought your supplies for your lawn for the next 60 to 90 days, go over to the website, click on the product links, or get the lawn guides. Go to freelawncareguide.com and think about what you're going to need over the next couple months, because unfortunately these oil prices that are going on right now, they are going to impact fertilizers. And it's not just actual fertilizer, it's actually even the bags and transportation and everything. So I got a feeling the current supply is fine, but once they have to start reproducing this stuff, I got a feeling that the prices are going to go up again. We've been through this how many times? So if you don't have anything, make sure you go over to the website, click on the product links. You'll see all the products. If you need fertilizers, whatever you need, I put them up there. And also, we do use affiliate links. I want to make this clear. I don't do sponsored videos. I use affiliate links so that we can support 100% of that income, that if we make any money off of it. I appreciate you using them because it goes to our seasonal helper program. If you guys know John and Jeff have been with me for 3 years out here. We had the Good Witch, if you know who she is. Rachel's daughter was out here. This year we have a new girl that's going to probably come out and start helping us. It's going to be kind of fun because she really doesn't know a whole lot, so she'll be learning a lot with us. She's local. She's getting ready to go in and start studying poultry science, which is going to be pretty good. I need someone out here to take care of chickens, because if I got to go down to the beach house or whatever I'm going to do, I need someone here basically every single day to take care of them. Jesse's coming out to put in the last string of the solar panels over here. I think tomorrow he's going to start working on that. I'll probably go ahead and shoot some of that to show you guys how we do that. We just use lumber from Home Depot. The new nesting box. I've talked about these new nesting boxes. I have tested just about every single nesting box that's on the market. All of them. And every single one of them, they're good, but it seems like they each lack a certain feature. So I have a friend that actually owns kind of a high-tech metal shop, fab shop, and I was mentioning this to him, and he says, well, why don't you let me try and design something for you? So I gave him my input, and we've gone back and forth and back and forth. I finally got a prototype in 2 days ago, and I'm going to install it. But let me tell you what, this thing is awesome. It solves all your problems. If you have chickens, it solves all the problems. chickens, a lot of times you get eggs that are pecked. Sometimes you get eggs that are eaten. You get eggs that are dirty. You get eggs that are frozen. That's a big problem, is frozen eggs. This thing solves everything. It's phenomenal. So hopefully I'll be working through this prototype, and he said he's going to do a short run of about 60 of these. Comes in a 42 and like a 24, so 2 different sizes. Made here in the USA, in Georgia, if you want to support a small business. They're not going to be cheap, but man, they are going to be phenomenal. So I'll be be doing videos on that. What else have I got going on? Tons of stuff out here, but I need to go up there and check on this compost pile, and let's talk about doing fixing your garden soil. Just a few days ago, we were 27 degrees. Yesterday, I was in a t-shirt. It was 80 degrees out here. And March is crazy. The scientific compost pile measurer is a Weber grill measurer. Just these things are like 10 bucks, and I lose them all the time. But this is a great way just to test your compost piles. Even if you want to figure out what your soil temperature is at 3 inches, you can use this. It's a great way to test it. Look what we got. We got some steam coming out. It has been so hard to get this pile to fire up because it's so big, but look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I'm so happy. The heat indicates that the biology is active. Microbes and fungi, things are being digested, and that's what that temperature tells me. So right now it's 60 degrees out here. Let's try and find and see what we got going on here. 108, 109. So thank goodness my pile is active. Holy cow. So it's up to 111 degrees, and I'm sure I could probably poke around and find a hot spot that's maybe like 120 or something, but this is what I wanted to see. Probably the most important part of this video. Number one, why do we put clean organic matter into our compost piles? I'll explain that. Number two, I'm going to explain that it's a myth. When you hear people talk about no-till, they're going to tell you that you should never disturb your soil. That's an absolute 100% myth. It's not true. I'll explain that as well too. I'll explain how you can make these compost piles at home. We use no fertilizers in our garden. We haven't done it for 5 or 6 years. Just use this natural compost. That's it. Huge 3,000 pounds of produce up here. Last year, 1,000 tomatoes. Why are we putting clean organic? Now, yesterday I came out here, I put 100 pounds of chicken crumbles into that pile, clean organic matter, as well as some Dirt Booster Plus. Why do I do that? It's because soil microbes and fungi need something to eat. And if you give them really small, really fine stuff that's clean organic matter, it will decompose very quickly, produce a huge amount of heat, and you'll have a huge amount of microbial activity in that compost, which you can then put into your soil. How do you make that at home? So you can use any kind of pre-composted manure is fine. For years I've used black cow compost. It's more of a carrier than anything. It's just full of organic matter. You spread it out in this hot sun, put Dirt Booster Plus on it, you wet it, you pile it up, and then it'll become active. If it doesn't become active, you're gonna have to jumpstart it, probably with some hot water. Boiling water is fine. Here is some black cow compost. This is what I'm talking about. I'm probably gonna end up making a pile for you guys on the next video. That's how you make it at home. It's that simple, and it's ready to use usually in 48 hours. You can go ahead and just put it right into your soil. I'm going to stop here for a minute, and I want you to watch this video. I went ahead and wrote a script, and I actually had my video program create this understanding so you understand why this works so well. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to put this video up, and then we're going to talk about the myth of no-till.
Beneath the surface of a healthy lawn or garden lies a hidden universe. It's not just dirt. It is a living, breathing ecosystem. The foundation of this ecosystem relies on microscopic workers, soil microbes. Think of them as the digestive system of your soil. They constantly consume organic matter, breaking it down and unlocking essential nutrients that are otherwise trapped and unavailable to your plants. Working alongside them are beneficial fungi, particularly mycorrhizal fungi. If microbes are the digesters, fungi are the internet. They attach to root systems and cast a massive web throughout the soil, bringing water and nutrients back to the plant from far beyond its natural reach. It is a perfect partnership. The plant feeds the microbes and fungi with sugars created from photosynthesis. In return, the soil biology protects the plant from disease, improves soil structure, and drives explosive root growth. But there is a problem. Heavy synthetic fertilizer use, construction, and lack of organic carbon leave most modern soils virtually sterile. The life is gone, and the soil is simply exhausted. This is exactly why adding Dirt Booster Plus is so critical to the restoration process. Dirt Booster Plus doesn't just feed the plant, it jumpstarts the entire soil food web. It delivers a massive, highly active payload of beneficial microbes and fungi directly to the root zone. More importantly, it provides the exact food source, rich organic matter and humic carbon that these organisms need to thrive and multiply immediately. You aren't just dropping microbes into dead dirt, you are giving them the ultimate habitat to survive. The result? Your soil naturally aerates, nutrient uptake skyrockets, and you build a resilient, deeply rooted foundation that thrives year after year.
All right, so let's talk about the myth of no-till, because you hear a lot of misinformation about this. There's a channel, the No-Till Gardener or No-Till Farmer. He does a great job. He does a lot of gardening stuff, but he even says, if you have hard, bad clay soil, you're gonna have to put some kind of amendment and organic matter into that soil. So he even says, when you're first establishing your garden, it's fine to till, because what has to happen is, if you want immediate results, you have got to get nutrients, organic matter, and microbes into your soil. So you take this super compost, put it on your row where you're gonna have your garden, and till it into the soil. We do that 2 or 3 years in a row, and then we stop. Then we just top dress. That point, you can just top dress and let the natural biology take over. But if you have no biology in your soil, if it's hard, dead clay, like we have around here, and there's not a lot of microbial activity and there's not a lot of organic matter, you're not gonna have good results. You have to put into that soil something that's extremely beneficial. Lots of organic matter, lots of microbes, lots of everything. That's what you do. The Dirt Booster Plus also has biochar. The richest soil in the world is actually found in one of the poorest soil environments in the world. What do I mean? If you haven't heard of Terra Preta, Google Terra Preta. On YouTube, there's a great video talking about how in the Amazon, thousands of years ago, the Aztecs went down there and the soil was so poor that nothing could grow down there, and how they created the world's richest soil. It is the richest soil in the world. It's actually harvested and sold. You can plant anything in the ground and it just grows. And it's because, why? Because they amended the soil. They put things like biochar and organic matter and waste into the soil. They created Terra Preta. Google it on YouTube and you'll see a video on there talking about the beautiful, rich, dark soil in a place that has horrible soil. So like here, for example, this is hard red clay. So we came out here, I ran a subsoiler. We leave roots in the ground 100% of the time. I will take that super compost, we'll put it into these rows, we will till it into the rows, add some more dirt booster, and I'll do that for 2 years and then I'll stop. After that, I will top dress. That's all I'll do, is I'll just add more to the top and leave the biology. If I go over to this garden and I dig in this garden, every scoop will have 10 to 20 earthworms. The soil is super, super dark brown. It's rich, has a wonderful soil structure to it. So at some point in this video, I'm going to put that little explainer video up, but this is what Dirt Booster looks like right here. The greatest stuff in the world, Dirt Booster Plus. I'm going to put 1 bag and then I'm going to dump a whole bunch of chicken crumbles on here. So the last thing I did is, now that I know this is active, I'm going to cover this over with a tarp. I'm going to hold in some of that heat because my pile is so big. I have a huge amount of surface area out here, and I want all of it to become active. So let's hold in the moisture, let's hold in the heat. I'll cover this up because next week this is going in the gardens. So that's basically how we make our fantastic soil naturally, I guess you would call it. Again, we haven't used fertilizers up there in over 6 years. There's nothing wrong with fertilizers. When you have a lawn like this, when you have grass, it's a monoculture and you can't come out and dump compost on this. It's gonna look like crap. So you have to use a synthetic fertilizer. You can also put Dirt Booster Plus on your lawn if you wanna do it naturally. This stuff is recovering. This was gorgeous a week ago. Then we got down to 28 degrees and now I got all these little brown blades of grass showing up. So we're back up into the 80s. We're gonna be cutting this, John. We're gonna cut everything again and start some irrigation because we're not gonna have rain for quite a while. Jesse's coming out tomorrow. We gotta work on the solar panels. Lizzie will be out. We'll start training her. So a bunch of stuff going on. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll watch that video with Peter. It was actually kind of fun to make. Talk to you later. Talk.